the first time I am trying to put the audio at the background and lecture at the front side. Okay, let us see how it goes. I never tried it before, but I feel it will be pretty much nice to have a mild music at the back end, and that is particularly related to the study pattern. I won't go into the alpha, beta, and gamma waves right now, but let us go with the numerical we discussed about in yesterday last session, day before yesterday's session, I guess. Okay, so we solved a numerical and we have seen that we have two types of lines. One is distortionless and another is lossless. Okay, so now moving on to next point, input impedance of a transmission line. If it is a uh, distortionless or lossy line, distortionless line, then the input impedance of a transmission line. Do remember that we do have a transmission line. Okay, its characteristics. We do have the load impedance. Okay, and we always consider a transmission line to be two parallel conducting wires. Over here we have the generator. Okay, this is generator side and this is load side. Okay, so always we know how we know ZL, this is load impedance. Z0 is a characteristic impedance of the transmission line. Okay, Z in, this is the input impedance over here, observed by looking towards the load. Okay, Z in. Okay, so you do have the derivations of these two formulae in your textbook, but for our curriculum we need not to go into the derivation. But yes, for the sake of formulae and those who are preparing for the gate examination, for them as well, these two formulae are very important. Okay, and that hyperbolic functions are available on your calculator. Okay, the complex mode is also available on your calculator, so you can do this kind of calculation pretty much easy. Okay, gamma is, all the notations have the usual meaning over here. ZL is load impedance, Z0 is characteristic impedance, gamma is your propagation constant. L over here is a, what I will say, distance, is a distance between generator and observation length we will say कि भाई यहाँ पे यहाँ तक, मतलब जनरेटर से लेके यहाँ तक, let us say it is a length L. Okay, so we can calculate the Z in, that is input impedance consisting of the reactances. Okay, for a line, for distortionless or lossy line and for lossless line we do have the two formulae, and you can observe a little changes into the formula. Over here we do have complex terms J. Okay, and we do have tan and not the tan hyperbolic. Okay, we don't have tan H. Instead of gamma L, we have beta L over here. That is your phase constant. You need to remember and memorize. And if at all you want to go through the derivation, yes, you are always welcome. You can go through the derivation. But these two formulae are very important for the sake of solving the numerical in MCQ type of examination, just like GATE. Okay. Now, continuing with the line parameters, we do have reflection coefficient. This is gamma. Okay, in Greek letters, we do have, I will tell you few letters. This is omega, this is small omega, this is capital omega, this is small gamma, and this is capital gamma. Okay, uh, you do have kind of zeta functions as well. Okay, so you do have different kind of notations, and in your textbooks, local textbooks, they have used the notation K, but we are referring to the principle of electromagnetics by Sadiku. So that reference book do have this notation gamma, capital gamma, and it is nothing but the ratio of reflected voltage at load to the incident voltage at load. Okay, reflected versus incidence. Just the way we have the voltage ratio, we do have the current ratio as well. Okay, so this is a voltage reflection coefficient and this is a current reflection coefficient. Okay, and it is indicated as, I will write down the capital gamma over here. Capital gamma is equal to ZL minus Z0 upon ZL plus Z0. Another important formula for solving the numerical. Okay, then what do you mean by the nodes and antinodes? Okay, at any point on the transmission line, voltage or current value is 0, those are called as nodes. Okay, wherever voltage or current value is 0, those are nodes, और जहां पे उनकी value maximum होगी, those are antinodes. So if we are referring to a kind of waveform like this, okay, so these are nodes, whereas this peak and this peak, these are antinodes, and these kind of waveforms are observed due to the reflection from the load side. Then we do have, due to those reflections, we do have standing wave and we do have standing wave ratio, which is defined as the Vmax upon Vmin or Imax upon Imin, or instead of this one, I will write down 1 plus gamma upon 1 minus gamma. Okay, so one and the same thing. Then gamma itself, do remember that, always do remember that your what I will say that Z, Y, gamma or gamma. Okay, all these are complex quantities. Okay, they do have a kind of representation a plus j b. Okay, these are complex quantities, but whenever we say that magnitude of gamma, okay, if I say that for an example gamma is represented as 1 plus jb and we want to find the magnitude of gamma, okay, magnitude of gamma, it is nothing but under square a square under square root a square plus b square. We are talking about the only magnitude part. Okay, so it is given as 1 minus SWR upon 1 plus SWR. Okay, then we do have maximum impedance which is being provided by the transmission line. अगर आप 100 किलोमीटर की transmission line डालते हो, then what amount of maximum amount of impedance can be obtained? Okay, this is nothing but the Z minimum. Sorry, I wrote uh, maximum. Okay, Z maximum is equal to Z0 into SWR, whereas the minimum impedance of transmission line is nothing but Z minimum is equal to Z0 upon SWR. Okay, this is an expression for Z maximum. Then general equation for input impedance for lossless lines. Do remember that we have an expression for an input impedance for a lossless line, and it says that okay, Z in is equal to Z0 into bracket Z plus J Z0 tan of beta L. Okay, this beta L is also called as the electrical length. Okay, मैं यहाँ पे लिख देता हूँ, beta L is also referred as electrical length of your transmission line. सो समटाइम्स ये वर्ड दिया होगा आपको न्यूमेरिकल में कि इलेक्ट्रिकल लेंथ इज समथिंग समथिंग एंड इट इज ऑलवेज एक्सप्रेस्ड एज रेडियंस और डिग्रीज. ओके, डिग्रीज और रेडियंस में वो डिफाइन किया होता है. सो इफ वी डू हैव अ शॉर्टेड लाइन, ओके, means we have a generator, okay, we have our transmission line, and here this ZL is now shorted. ZL is equal to 0. What kind of input impedance will be given? So short circuit impedance is equal to Z in at ZL equal to 0. So ZL put up karo 0, यहाँ पे 0. So we will have J Z0 tan beta L. Okay, and fine. One moment, please. Let me have the confirmation about the formula, whether I have typed it correctly or not. I'm pretty much sure that I have typed it mistakenly in some another way. Let us see. Let us see. One moment, please. Z0 Oh yes, I have wrote it correctly. Fine. Because when we put ZL equal to 0 in the denominator, this Z0 and Z0 cancels out and we are left with J is equal to Z0 tan beta L. Okay, here we will get gamma is equal to, gamma is nothing but reflection coefficient is equal to -1 and SWR is equal to infinity. बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम होने वाली है आपकी ट्रांसमिशन लाइन में, because we do have a standing wave ratio of infinity. We do have lots of power mix up from the generator side and the load side. Then what if we have the open circuited line? That means your ZL is equal to 0, and now we do have a transmission line which is in the open circuit state. Okay, तो यहाँ पे जो आपका लोड है, it is not connected but it is kept as open. ZL equal to infinity. Put the value into the formula of Z in and we will get the Z open circuit. Okay, open circuit impedance of a transmission line which is expressed as minus JZ0 cot beta L. Okay, do remember that 1 upon J is as good as minus J. Complex numbers. Here we will get reflection coefficient is equal to 1, and once again we have lots of problem with the standing wave ratio. It is once again infinity. What if we compare the both above equations, ZSC, the short circuit impedance and open circuit impedance of a transmission line, then we can write down ZSC into ZOC is equal to Z0 square. Okay, this kind of relation will be useful to calculate the unknown terms in the numerical. Okay, then the third condition, next condition, what if we do have the matched line, the load impedance itself. Okay, यहाँ पे जो load impedance है, it is now is equal to the Z0. So whenever we do have this kind of condition, we say it as we will have the maximum power to be transferred from the generator side to the load side. We are not saying 100% transmission, but we are saying maximum amount of power will be transferred. So here Zin is equal to Z0. If we put ZL is equal to Z0 in this expression. So these all formulae, okay, are derived from this one formula. Okay, if you remember this formula, you can definitely write down this condition as well as this condition. Yes, we need to remember about the reflection coefficient and the standing wave ratio value. Okay, here in the matched line we will have the reflection coefficient is equal to 0. That means if your transmission line is perfectly matched, okay, perfectly matched, there will be no reflection and your standing wave ratio will be 1. Okay, will be 1. Your standing wave ratio will be 1, Vmax upon Vmin. Now this is very interesting. Let us don't look at the complete slide right now. I forgot to put the animation, but right now we are looking at the general solution of a transmission line. Okay, so VSZ, amount of voltage at the source side, Vs, is equal to V0 plus into e raised to gamma minus gamma z plus V0 minus e raised to gamma z, as well as current at the source end is equal to I0 plus e raised to minus gamma z plus e raised to, sorry, I0 minus e raised to gamma z. Now you might have noticed I have put two different colors over here. One is red and one is blue. And we have written something over here, plus z, plus z. To understand this equation, okay, these rectangles, let us say rectangles, these rectangles, okay, what do you mean by this arrow plus z and minus z? Okay, let us read now this. We shall get a finite value after putting the direction of a value. मतलब finite value of Vs and finite value of Is, current and voltages at the source side, we should get the finite values. We should not get the infinite value. So whenever we are going to put, if we are considering these two terms, okay, whenever we are considering the positive z direction of your wave traveling in the positive z direction, if we put positive z, that is your plus infinity direction, okay, plus infinity value in this expression, okay, we will get a value equal to 0, which is still a finite value. But what if we put z equal to infinity over here? We will get an infinite value, and this is not a matter of mathematics. We must get a value, finite value for the voltage and currents. Okay, let it be 0, no worries. Okay, so whenever we do have e raised to minus gamma z, it indicates the positive direction wave. Okay, z is a direction of your wave. Okay, मैं वहां पे ऐसे भी लिख सकता हूँ x. It indicates that your wave is traveling inside the x direction. Okay, and whenever we have a minus gamma x, it represented that it represents that it is traveling in a positive x direction. Okay, then what this term will indicate? This term will indicate the wave is traveling in negative z direction. Okay, because e raised to minus e raised to gamma z. Okay, and this represents the negative z direction. Negative z direction. अभी यहाँ पे एक पॉजिटिव है एक नेगेटिव है सो डू रिमेंबर दैट व्हेनेवर वी आर गोइंग टू कैलकुलेट द वैल्यूज ऑफ द वोल्टेजेस एंड करंट्स एट द सोर्स साइड वी आर गोइंग टू कंसीडर ओनली वन डायरेक्शन ऐसे नहीं होगा कि भाई आपकी जो वेव है आपका जो सिग्नल है इट इज ट्रैवलिंग इन पॉजिटिव डायरेक्शन एज वेल एज इन नेगेटिव डायरेक्शन नो from the source end you can send the wave in the only one direction either positive or negative. Okay, so this is the understanding of this arrow plus z e raised to minus gamma z. Okay, and let us try to observe another notations where v0 plus v0 minus I0 plus and I0 minus are wave amplitudes. Okay, those are the amplitudes of the wave. The plus and minus signs respectively denote wave traveling along plus z and minus z direction. मतलब v0 plus और I0 plus दिया है तो indicates that कि wave is traveling in plus z direction. Okay, I will put one more term over here e raised to minus gamma z. तो ये notations रहे तो it indicates कि भाई plus z direction है. Otherwise, we will say that the wave is traveling in the minus z direction. Once again, I repeat, if we do have e raised to minus gamma x over here, we will say that x direction. Thus, we obtain the instantaneous expression for voltage as whenever we say that instantaneous voltage, that means we are talking about the time at this time, at that time, at this moment, latter moment, something. So when we talk about the complex term, the instantaneous value of any term can be expressed as real value of the complex term. Okay, real value of the complex term. And you do have this fantastic looking expression over here. Okay, fantastic looking expression over here, and which is very easy to understand. Let me have a different color over here because I have wrote lots of things on the slide. I will erase those things first so that I will have a little space. Okay, and the color, let us have the purple. Okay, so what we have, look at this expression. What we have, real term of vsz into e raised to j omega t. Okay, so let us consider an expression v0 plus e raised to minus gamma z. Okay, and this expression into plus v0 minus e raised to gamma z, and this expression is being multiplied by e raised to j omega t. Okay, this is completely multiplied by e raised to j omega t. We will solve the first term only, and the latter terms can be understood. We can write down similarly. Okay, let us go back to red one because I want to concentrate on this term. Okay, so I can write down this is v0 plus e raised to minus gamma z e raised to j omega t. Okay, which is nothing but is equal to v0 plus. Now what gamma is nothing but alpha plus j beta. Okay, so minus alpha z minus j beta z e to j omega t. So I can write down this is nothing but add v0 plus let us split this exponential. This is e raised to minus alpha z, e raised to minus j beta z, e raised to j omega t, and let us now combine these complex terms. So this will have v0 plus e raised to minus alpha z, and we will have over here, okay, we will have over here e raised to j omega t minus beta z. And you may remember we had an Euler's theorem which says that if e raised to j theta, then we have cos theta plus j sin theta. And do remember that what we have? We want to have the real term, that means only cos theta. Here in our expression, theta is nothing but omega t minus beta z. So we can write down this expression as, okay, v0 plus e raised to minus alpha z cos of omega t minus beta z. This is the same term we have written over here. Okay, you need not to memorize the complete term, but yes, you can derive, but that will engage some amount of time. And if you want to have the, you don't want to engage the time, yes, you can definitely memorize the formula, no worries. This is a general solution which gives us the instantaneous voltage on the transmission line. Okay, and these are the general expressions for your voltages and currents from the source side. Okay, and the z0 expression, this is the universal expression to calculate the z0, which is nothing but under root r plus j omega l upon g plus j omega c. But yes, it also follows these two formulae, which is nothing but the Ohm's law, v upon I. Okay, and this was the general solution for your transmission line. And we will move on to the power measurement online. This is for your okay. Uh, this P average, this topic is for the solving the numerical, and it has been never asked for the theory examination. Okay, so do you remember that average power on the transmission line can be calculated by this expression, this K, instead of we will write down the gamma, capital gamma. Okay, so in this formula we do have v0 plus bracket square magnitude square, okay, then 200 square, and we can write down once again v0 plus magnitude bracket square twice z0 into gamma. Okay, so the first term indicates the incident power. ये जो term है, it indicates the incident power, whereas the second term indicates the reflected power, because gamma is nothing but your reflection coefficient. So the total power can be written as Pi minus Pr, this minus sign. Okay, where the input or transmitted power and the negative sign is due to the negative going wave, since we take the reference direction as that of the voltage current traveling towards the राइट ओके, इसकी डायरेक्शन पॉजिटिव है क्योंकि इट इज गोइंग टुवर्ड्स द लोड साइड. तो इतना ध्यान रखिए, सिर्फ ये फॉर्मूला, दिस विल हेल्प यू. ओके, and to arrive this formula, our derivation starts with this expression, and the actual derivation goes up to 2.5 pages. But the Sadiku, the principles of electromagnetics by Sadiku, also talks about only these three expressions. They never went into the derivation of the formula. Okay, and the last point from the unit number uh, 5, that is your Smith chart. Okay, so you can look at some kind of circular geometry on your right hand side. Okay, we will discuss about that geometry in a few moments, but do remember that whenever we talk about transmission line and we are going to solve the numerical based on it, many times we need to calculate the complex reflection coefficient, or the magnitude of the reflection coefficient, or voltage standing wave ratio, or simply SWR, or we need to find power reflection coefficient, that is gamma PWR, or sometimes we need to calculate the return loss. Okay, you do have all these formulae. You can go mathematically, or you can simply read the Smith chart. ये जो सारे फॉर्मूले हैं यहाँ पे, ये ग्राफिकल वे से, ओके, you can solve all these formulae using the graphical way by making use of Smith chart. Okay, now I will stop sharing, the window, and I will open up the PDF. Okay, and we will discuss a little about the Smith chart, Hmm? Let me stop the sharing. कहाँ पे गया PDF? हाँ. Now, can you see the PDF over here? Now I will zoom in into a little. Can you see? Yes or no, please? Yes or no, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So you do have lots of things over here. Okay, now let me show you few important things. Okay, now can you see a line over here? I am drawing the red line as well. Customize toolbars. No, I don't want to. How to get it? Okay. Okay, where is my line now? Let me have some transparency. Okay. So probably you can see this red line now. Okay. Now this red line is at the center of your Smith chart. And probably you have noticed that we do have some values written over there. This is 1.0, my god. Okay, and this is 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.8 and something. These are pure resistances. Okay, we are going to represent the values of the resistances, impedances, characteristic impedances, VWSR, sorry, VSWR, everything on this Smith chart. Okay, on the Smith chart itself. So if you have observed, we do have the circles as well. Okay, so these circles are the what I will say that real values of the impedances. Okay, impedance में real values भी होती है, and the curve lines you are looking at over here, ये जो curve lines है, these indicates the imaginary values. If I want to write down a characteristic impedance, let us say Z equal to 1.2 plus, okay, 1.2 plus, let us say J3, okay, J3. So how to get these values onto the Smith chart? Okay, this might be your Z in, this might be your ZL, this might be your Z0. We are looking at the first usage of your Smith chart. Okay, so 1.2, where is my 1.2 on this line? Okay, so here is 1.2. Okay, and where is 3 on these curve lines? So you can observe we do have 3 over here. Okay, this is 3. So we will try to find the intersection between, this circle and this curve line. Okay, So we notice that, okay, this is now going to be my point which represents the impedance we have considered. So I will mark this point directly so that it will reduce the clutter, and this is the point of impedance. This is the point of impedance. But now what if I say that no, I don't have the plus sign, I do have the minus sign. Okay, fine. We will now go down below the horizontal line. Okay, ये जो horizontal line है आपकी, ये जो हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन है इसके नीचे है आपका नेगेटिव, इसके ऊपर है आपका पॉजिटिव. So accordingly we will go downside. We do have a 3 over here. Okay, 3 over here. Let us trace this curve line and let us trace this circle. Okay, and let us find a point of interaction. Okay, here we do have the point of interaction for our load value, impedance value. Okay, impedance value. And we are going to discuss about next two important points. Let me show you those important points only, कि कहाँ पे लिखे हैं, सिर्फ उतना ही दिखाने वाला हूँ. We will discuss them in the next session where we are going to solve the numerical. तो यहाँ पे आप पढ़ सकते हो, it is written that wavelengths towards the generator. Okay, अगर जनरेटर की तरफ जा रहे हो तो उस डायरेक्शन में मूव होना है. That means clockwise directions, and you do have wavelengths towards the load. अगर लोड की तरफ जा रहे हो, कैसे जा रहे हो, क्या जा रहे हो, what I mean to say we will see when we are going to solve the numerical. लेकिन this time whenever you want to consider the direction towards the load, we need to go in a anti-clockwise direction. Okay, then one more important point, only two more important points I am going to tell you. Let me show you. Here we have 0.0. These are the values of V minimum. Okay, let me reduce the length, sorry, thickness. Okay, these are the values which represent V minimum and Z minimum, whereas on the right hand side here these values indicates the values of V max and Z max. How to use these values and what these means to us, we will see soon. Okay, and in some cases we are going to use this SWR to calculate what amount of SWR is, and the scale, the first scale indicated over here, will be used to get the final direct final answer for SWR. How to use, how to see, how to solve, how to calculate, we will see everything together in next session. And tell everyone, do not miss this session because this session is very important as long as your theory exam is considered. Okay, we are going to see only two numerical, and those two numerical will be the general numerical. From those understanding you can solve any numerical based on the Smith chart. Okay, that's all for today's session. Do anyone have any doubt?